ago, not far from the harbor of Lumbar, there stood a kingdom. This kingdom was ruled by a wise king named Datu Tuan. In the palace, he spent his days with his beautiful queen, Dewi Mas.
Datu Tuan, let us drink this tea together while it is still warm.
Indeed, thank you, my queen.
Ben, you look sorrowful these days. May I know what troubles your heart?
My beloved, it is difficult for me to speak of this to you.
Please tell me. Perhaps I can ease the burden in your mind.
Forgive me, my queen. As you know, we have been married for many years, yet we remain without children. I am growing older, and the kingdom needs an heir to secure its future. Therefore, I ask you permission to take another wife, so that I may have a child.
It is indeed a heavy decision, but if it is for the sake of our land, I must accept it with sincerity. Surely you have thought deeply about this matter. I will support you.
Thank you, my queen. Know that my love and care for you will never fade.
I understand, my husband.
Thus, Datu Tuan married again to Sunggar Tutul, daughter of Patih Awar. Yet, after this, his attention toward Dewi Mas diminished, though she remained patient and prayed for him. One day, as Dewi Mas sat in her chamber, her loyal servant entered joyfully.
My queen, good news! The healer has declared that you are with child.
Truly? At last, the blessing I have long awaited has come.
But this news stirred jealousy in Sunggar Tutul. She hastily met with Datu Tuan.
My husband, does it not seem strange? Dewi Mas suddenly carries a child. This is not good news to be spread among the people.
You may be right.
Poisoned by Sunggar Tutul's words, Datu Tuan ordered that Dewi Mas be banished from the palace. She was cast away to a lonely island. There, she struggled to survive, living off wild vegetables and plants. They, longing to dance, Dewi Mas began to hum softly, moving her hands and feet in graceful rhythm. Without realizing, she lost herself in the beauty of her own dance. Suddenly, a ship anchored to the shore. The nakoda stepped down and was astonished to see her.
Did not expect to find anyone here, let alone a woman heavy with child.
I am Dewi Mas, kind captain. I have been stranded here for days.
Your dance is thoroughly graceful and mesmerizing, Dewi.
Is it so? Thank you, captain. Your words flatter me.
You are charming indeed, Dewi. But tell me, how did you come to be in such a desolate place?
Dewi Mas then told him everything and asked to be taken to Bali. Thus, she was brought to Bali, where she later gave birth to twins, Raden Nuna Putra Janja and Dewi Rinjani.
Mother, may I ask you something?
Of course, my son. What is on your mind?
Who is my father? Why were my sister and I born without know him?
This cannot be. Mother deserves happiness. I must seek our father myself.
Grant me permission to sail in search of him.
I give you my blessing, my son. Be cautious in your journey and guard your conduct.
For many days, Raden Nuna sailed the seas until at last he set foot at Lembar Harbor. He journeyed inland and finally reached the kingdom of Datu Tuan.
Excuse me, I wish to meet with Datu Tuan. Who are you? What business do you have with His Majesty? Me, but I cannot reveal it until I stand before the king himself. How dare you? You cannot see the king as you please.
A fight broke out, but Raden Nuna triumphed. Finally, Datu Tuan himself descended to face him. Then, a divine force thundered from the heavens.
Oh, Datu Tuan, stop. Do not fight him. He is your
I am Raden Nuna, Putra Janja, son of Dewi Mas.
Son, forgive me for not knowing you. Who is your mother?
Is well, father.
Overcome with remorse, Datu Tuan brought Dewi Mas back to the palace. Peace returned to the kingdom. Yet among them, Dewi Rinjani was unlike her brother, quiet and contemplative. She often wandered alone into the nature. One night, she confided in her mother.
Mother, why is my heart so restless? Though we live in peace, I feel another calling.
Every soul has a different destiny. Your brother is heir to the throne, but perhaps your path lies elsewhere.
I dream often, Mother. A radiant light leads me to a majestic mountain, as if it calls me.
This is a sign, my child. Perhaps the mountain is where you shall find your true self.
Days later, Dewi Rinjani climbed Mount Rinjani to meditate. There she encountered the spirits guarding our mountain.
Come, princess. We have awaited you for long.
Who are you? Why do I feel summoned here?
We are the guardians of Mount Rinjani. Our ancestors foretold that a maiden of pure heart, great patience, and noble spirit will come. That maiden is you.
Me? But I am just the daughter of Dewi Mas. Why am I chosen?
Because of your patience through your mother's suffering, your courage in supporting your brother, and your willingness to leave behind palace life, you are worthy to be our queen.
Deciding, she returned to her family.
Mother, the spirits of Mount Rinjani asked me to be their queen. My heart feels heavy leaving you all.
My child, I let you go. Your happiness is my happiness.
At last, Dewi Rinjani returned to the mountain's peak. The spirit crowned her.
From this day forth, you are our queen. You shall guard the balance between humans and nature. This mountain shall be your scared realm.
So be it. I accept this destiny. With all my heart and soul, I will guard this mountain.
From then on, Dewi Rinjani became the queen of the spirits of Mount Rinjani, protector of the land's fertility and the harmony of nature. Mount Rinjani, the second highest volcano in Indonesia, remains known as a mountain of beauty and legend. Its moral message is clear: to be patient and sincere in facing the trials of life.